put this back on just since we're talking about it anyway.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Watch it freeze again. So just to recap on what we just talked about, you gave a lot of good advice on the actual components of this.
Mm-hmm.
So this speaker is 3.2 ohms, and you were saying...
That's okay. So the thing about resistance in speakers is that higher fidelity speakers tend to have higher resistance. So like the only reason for going with lower resistance speakers is for the wattage and the power of the sound. So you have a really tiny amp here going into a speaker that's meant to handle very high volumes, and that's where a lot of the distortion issues are coming from. So you can get higher fidelity speakers, or you can get a more powerful amp. As far as the general sound quality, it's muddy. It's only coming through one speaker. That's kind of a lot to ask for a speaker. If you said this came out of a boombox, we can pretty safely assume it's pretty old. But you know, Sony, good stuff.
It is a Sony speaker, I think. Yeah, it is. I don't know if I'm allowed to use Sony speakers for my own stuff, but whatever. And so you also mentioned a kind of cool idea as far as the design goes. Can you just point that out again? Sorry I'm making you do this.
No worries. Well, it would be nice if this was facing up, just because it seems like the more natural orientation of a wine bottle. But if there were... Okay, so to resolve the muddy issue with the sound, the best way to do that would be to add another smaller speaker to handle the higher frequencies in the sound. Where those two speakers meet is like the sound center of the thing. You know, that's why you want speakers pointing at you. Where those intersect is going to be the place for the best sound. So, you know, it'd be a fun little experiment to see, like, these pointing at each other, maybe some gaps in here so the sound can actually, like, make its way out. You could also experiment with separating the Bluetooth and the amplification module. As, you know, Bluetooth is pretty simple. I'm sure they've got it down to something that would fit in the neck. And, you know, amplifiers typically require a bit more space.
So that's to kind of get rid of this box right here, leave it just the bottle?
Yeah, and maybe get a more powerful amplifier and that interface in the top of the wine bottle, like you were talking about. As far as, like you said, with the buttons, you know, you could definitely have, like, buttons just kind of, like, protruding out of the wine cork, and you, like, push each one.
Yeah. Now, if I could get the components in there and figure out how to solder the controls up here, there could be a lot to do, because right now this is just awkward and cumbersome.
It would be, like, a totally fun thing to, like, bring along, like, on a camping trip or something like that, though, you know? Like, there's definitely, this would appeal to a lot of people just looking for, you know, a better speaker. There are... high fidelity guitar amplification speakers that you could use. They're like little 1 watt amplifiers. Those give you a really nice sound. Might be running into budget issues with that. But they're just little micro amplifiers.
1 watt?
Huh?
Just 1
watt typically. Okay. Yeah, but the sound would be fantastic compared to this.
So what if I wanted to put, like, a 4-inch full-range, like, car speaker?
4-inch full-range car speaker.
Do those exist?
Yeah. Speakers in every size and shape. Yeah, I would...
Because they look cool, too. Like, I've seen, like, this looks ugly in there, but there's some, and they're, like, in the... I want to say like $20 to $40 range for like the driver that are deeper, like their profile, and it looks like they had more coils, like you were talking about before. Yeah. And plus, they have like this yellow or orange accent, which I think looks sweet.
Oh yeah. Would. The problem with using a single big speaker is that like the bigger the speaker, if you're using one speaker to power your whole system, then the bigger the speaker, the more bass heavy and kind of garbled the sound's going to get. So, like, that might be good if used in tandem with a smaller speaker. But, like, you'll notice just as you get bigger and bigger speakers, you just lose definition the entire way.
Okay.
Because, like, the speakers just physically can't move fast enough to replicate the frequency of the
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe it's like a 3-inch speaker then, and I could use a more standard wine bottle, because this is like a jumbo size wine bottle.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Those will be more easy to come across. Mm. All right.
Is it going to freeze again?
No, it's not, because I'm keep touching this so it doesn't go to sleep. And let's see, so just to recap earlier, we tested this using some classical music. It was Johannes Brahms.
Yeah,
Brahms.
Yeah. I don't know.
On the piano.
Yep. Yeah, learned from that. It's just a little muddy, fuzzy at the higher volumes. That's
all right.
all I got from that. That's all you can ever really tell from sound, you know? Like,
yeah, exactly.